What is up and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flores. This is my review of Warm Bodies. One thing I'm going into this film, I already knew, okay, this is another necrophilia joke waiting to happen, and I don't know what some of these actors are even doing in this film, such as Corddry or John Malkovich. It is a romantic comedy. It is heavy on the romance versus the zombie stuff, but I'll take that over any other Twilight soap opera type bullshit any day. But that being said, the little plot of this film is a zombie later to be named R. Yeah, that's it, the letter R. That's what he's going to be called later in the film. Played by Nicholas Hoult, he is just a zombie with some witty inner dialogue explaining the life of a zombie, just how much of a curse and lifeless existence it is. Pun intended, maybe? And later on in the film, we see that John Malkovich sends out a group of young people, including his daughter, played by Teresa Palmer, and another couple of kids, played by Dave Franco and Angela Tipton. Dave Franco is James Franco's brother, and Angela Tipton, for those of you who don't know, she's the young girl in Crazy Stupid Love. So they are sent out as much of a resistance should, find food, medicine, whatever. But they come across a horde of zombies, which contains Nicholas Hoult's character as well as Rob Corddry's character, who is also a zombie, and they get attacked, and then that's where Nicholas Hoult's character discovers love. This is where it's gonna get stupid for many people. He just basically figures out, oh my god, I actually have a feeling. For one, zombies don't feel. That was the first shocker. As zombie lore has shown us, zombies don't feel anything other than the instinct to eat brains and kill anything in their path. And once that hits the fan, you either have to buy into that premise or you're just going to hate the fuck out of this movie. And it does a decent job of selling it. I think it was actually decent enough. It made me laugh in terms of this is so absurdly ridiculous, but at the same time, within its own universe, it kind of makes sense of itself. Another premise that may or may not piss off zombie lore fans, but I've never heard of this one. They eat brains and they absorb that particular person's memories and thoughts. Not too sure if I could buy that one either, but nonetheless, they try to sell it and it does an okay job. So with a bunch of nitpicky things like that kind of bothered me here or there, with at least in this film though, it just kind of feels more believable in this universe versus Twilight. Even in its own universe, it just didn't make any fucking sense. Twilight, vampires sparkling. That's bullshit. Enough of those comparisons, just the basic plot is absurd enough, it's ridiculous that the fact is that love changes zombies back to human beings instead of doing the scientific way like many other films have tried to do, serums and crazy science experiments. So it's definitely a different premise, stupid as it may be, but I enjoyed this film to an extent is just because, number one, the romance was believable, and I think the characters are just so much more likable. That's not saying much, but it is what it is. Nicholas Hoult's character is that shy, timid loner, kind of like Jesse Eisenberg in Zombieland, but not as nerdy, and, well, he's a zombie. And Teresa Palmer's a hell of a lot more likable. She's actually a kind girl, and, any guy would probably think, yeah, I could probably date her. She's pretty awesome and pretty cool and nice. The bottom line with this film is it's heavy on the romance stuff, and it is not heavy on the zombie gore and craziness because this is a PG-13 film. It's a good movie to, see with your date or something. It's not a terrible romantic comedy. It's about as good as anything else like that, but just with zombies thrown in. I was really kind of hoping more that this would be a zombie movie, but with some romance thrown in, but unfortunately it's kind of the opposite. So that's the thing. Final point in terms of the comedic stuff in this film, as Rob Corddry is hilarious, dead or alive. Especially considering he was a zombie for 95% of the movie. That's pretty freaking awesome. All I know is for sure, this is the true romantic comedy with zombies. My final rating on this film is a 7 out of 10. This was actually pretty random. At the screening, they gave us Warm Bodies chapstick. What the fuck? Yeah, this is to zombify yourself, I guess. It's just regular chapstick. They said, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with this. It's interesting. I haven't seen something like this before, but Whatever. So anyways, that is my review of Warm Bodies. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and all that other fun stuff in between. Final thought to share with you. Got some updates for you. Gonna be starting up some new artistic segments. For those of you who have not seen my videos before, or for those of you who have seen my videos, I have talked about that I do artwork from time to time. I'm an artist. I like to think of myself as a professional one, and I just love drawing, I love painting, I love a little bit of everything mixed together, some photography thrown in there. I do a little bit of everything, and I hope to show some of that stuff through some of my videos I want to start up. I have a couple segments in mind, so I'll be starting up that very soon for those of you who are artistic type people, or art aficionados, whatever you like to be called. And I got a couple Blu-ray updates hopefully in store very soon, which should be coming. All those videos and more reviews and all that other fun stuff. Yay! So until next time, I'm Anthony Flores with Worth a Watch, and keep going to the movies.